Hello, Scrapper Names fans. How are we all today? I'm here with you again today with a 12 by 12 layout. Now, this was for the Use Your Stuff blog challenge where I'm a design team member for the week of, the 11th, so this week just gone. So, as I said, I'm doing a 12 by 12 layout of some photos from Mother's Day. Here's what this is. So, this photo here is of my son at school. He did a Mother's Day concert. And the other photo is of my daughter who they did a Mother's Day morning tea and did some little activities and stuff in her painting. So I'm using some of these pattern papers here. Now the challenge was to use a minimum of 5 pattern papers on the layout, or in whatever you want to do. You don't have to do layout. Some people do card making and all those sorts of things. I'm doing a layout. So I used the 5 pattern papers to layer my photos, to add some layers or map my photos on, as well as on the page itself, which you'll see shortly. Now I can't think of where these pattern papers are from. They Dear Lizzie, maybe? I know they were from one of the Kitaholic kits. Was it May or April? No, it would have to be May because they were for Mother's Day. So yes, so there's May. So what I've done is tried to pick some pattern papers that match the colours with the photo and don't clash with each other. So I've got that nice florally sort of paper there to map my photo of my daughter on. It matches sort of the red in her art smock and things like that, and then the blue colours for my son for the uniform, his school uniform. Now I'm using this strip here, which I think you actually can't see. I accidentally sort of do it off camera, which I don't mean to. But I'm just cutting it down to create like a little border piece at the bottom of the page, just to sort of finish that bottom bit off. I sort of felt like it wasn't stopping. The page wasn't, the cardstock wasn't stopping. And the paper at the back is just a 12 by 12 piece of paper of white cardstock. Nice and simple. So here I am just fiddling around with where this is going to go. I was going to use it there as a barrier between the two, but I liked it, as you can see, down the bottom. Now I've taken some of this, edited a lot of this out because the process is fairly self-explanatory. It's nothing fancy. I don't think there's any mixed media on this or anything like that. So you can see what I've been doing. You can sort of, yeah, as I said, it's a pretty simple layout. So this little tag was part of a cut apart sheet we got as well in the kit. It says thank you oh so much on it, so I thought it was perfect for this. The colours were nice, like that watercolour blues and yellows and things that match in with the pattern papers I'm using to map my photos on. Yeah, and I just thought it went really well. I didn't want to have lots of white cardstock, sort of free space there. What do they call that? Negative space or something like that. There's a technical term for that. I just can't remember what it is. So yeah, as I said, it is a very basic layout, very quick layout. Once it got going and I worked where everything goes, yeah, I'm just committing everything to it now by sticking it down. And then I add some ephemera pieces to it. But the main 5 pattern papers are what you can see there. My layers for my photos, and then that blue strip at the bottom. And I do bump the photos up. That's just some foam, fun foam there, that you just pop it up on. Just to give the layout a bit of dimension. Otherwise it would have just been all sort of plain flat, and with the white background I felt like it needed to pop up. Some of the photos needed to pop up a little bit. So this will be my second voiceover and process video I'm uploading this weekend. Today is Sunday morning here in Australia. So I did promise in my last video, Project Life, that there would be a second one because I'm a bit behind this week. So this is it. And then I do have a couple more other process videos to edit and add over the next coming few days, I guess, or over the next week. I have an art journal one. I can't think of what else. What else do I have? An art journal one. I think a mixed media 12 by 12. and another just traditional 12 by 12. I remember now, that one's sitting there waiting to be done. Yeah, so I've got a couple of videos lined up to come over the next few days, and some of them are for challenges, and I'll have some layout shares over on my blog, so I do post the link in the description box below as to where to find my blog, because sometimes I don't always do process videos. Sometimes I just do like a layout share, especially when it's pretty easy. Yeah, so I will have another layout share for an upcoming Use Your Stuff blog challenge that's this week, which, being American, it is for used to use warm summer colours, so red, yellows and orange. So I will post that once the challenge goes live, post the pictures of that in the layout share once the challenge goes live, which is Monday American time. So yeah, as I said, this was part of my one for the week just gone. So I do fuss around. I did actually fuss around a little bit once. The pattern papers were easy to figure out, but I do have a bit of a fiddle around with all the sort of embellishments I'm adding to the page. This Kitaholic Kit, you can see in that tray, those little printables and stuff that I've cut out are all based around sort of Mother's Day. So I wanted to use them up on this layout because I forgot to actually take photos at the our Mother's Day lunch on the Sunday. Whoops. So yeah, there's our memories for. And I wanted to use some of this kit up. I hadn't really used a lot of these Chamel ephemera pack pieces up. So yeah, you'll see me fiddling around a little bit, and then you'll start seeing me sticking everything down like so. Now I'm just working on my title, which I decided to call Art and Music, and you'll see in a minute. That little ampersand again. All of this is coming from the kit from May, whatever it was, yep. I realised when I come back to edit this that I had obviously moved my page down my craft mat, and so some of it was off camera. So I did cut some of that out so you weren't watching nothing or my shadow. So these stickers as well came in the kit, so I'm just using those up. Right, just popping those down. I think I fiddled with them as to their placement. No, maybe not. So I just thought this was a perfect little title, because for my Mother's Day treats from my kids, I got art painted for me by my girl and music concept by my son at his school. I thought it was lovely. Right. It's pretty obvious, really, isn't it, what I'm doing? You know, nothing too exciting. As I said, this layout was pretty simple, but different a bit for me in the way that I sort of split the page this way. I don't know how I got the idea, to be honest, but I wanted to do something a bit different to my 12 by 12. As I sort of look at all my 12 by 12 layouts, and I usually put the photos across the middle or something like that. So I wanted to do something a little bit different, and then just incorporated the pattern papers in going either side. And I'm really happy with the way it ended up. I think the layout turned up really well. I was really happy I could use a lot of the pieces from my kit, ephemera pieces we got, because I don't like them going to waste. So again, I hope everyone's doing well. It's a bit of a miserable looking Sunday morning here in Canberra. I'm just fitting this voiceover in and hopefully get this video started uploading while I take my little girl to her swimming lessons. And I'm out and about for a little bit this morning. Was going to go to Spotlight today, but I'm going to give it a miss and probably go next weekend. So yeah, nice easy Sunday I think we'll have. Perfect weather just to be maybe do some scrapping. My little miss likes her scrapping too, so we might do some together. So just, as I said, sticking everything down. And I do fill in, I didn't like the white space at the top there. Oh, now I've come back. Must have had a break. So just, as I said, just finishing this off, adding bits and pieces to it. Okay, Hannah. Now, as I said, I didn't want to leave a lot of white space. I don't know why. I was originally going to try and challenge myself to leaving it that way. So as you can see, I do fiddle around in that top right-hand corner. I have a frame and a little tag piece that I was going to add. And then I still use the tag, but I add a silver doily to the back of it. And I actually ended up being really happy with the way it looked. I don't know why I didn't want the white space. I know that sounds really bizarre, but I see people sort of doing it, and I think it looks good, but for me it just didn't. And that's where I wanted to add my journaling in as well. So this layout's just about finished. So you'll see some close-ups in a second, I think probably after sticking this down. As I said, it was a really easy layout, and it's for the Use Your Stuff blog. So pop on over to, just type in Use Your Stuff, and I'll try and link it actually in my description box. And yeah, have a play along. They're weekly challenges. As I said, it is American for us Aussies people, so they are one sort of day behind us. So this was last week's, and then I will post later in the week my new layout for the new blog challenge. But yeah, it's a great way to use up some stuff and challenge yourself to do some different things. Yeah, and it doesn't just have to be scrapbook layouts. So I hope you liked it, and I will see you soon. Have a scrappy fun day.